planting continues to move right along. About 40% complete here in the US based on that latest crop progress report. We know guys are staying busy. We can't forget to kind of take a look at what our marketing plans are doing and maybe make some adjustments. That's what we're going to talk about here today. Keep in mind, everything we're discussing is for education and example purposes. Make sure you guys understand and know your own risk tolerance as we go through the information. What we just want to quickly pose a question is, how would you feel? And keep that in the back of your mind here as we go through the information. We're going to talk about that seasonal time frame and coming up with a budget of bushels. So what we have here in front of us is that December corn seasonal pattern. And historically, this offers the best opportunities to get grain priced when we look into that July timeframe. You could also use this for beans. But we're going to continue with corn as our example. The other thing we want to point out is that when we look at this daily Brazil July corn contract, this is their new crop corn. Because of the good weather and the anticipation of a big crop, you can see what kind of pressure this has done to their prices. So for us, it's just kind of continuing to encourage us that we need to be keeping an eye on our marketing plans and making sure that we're getting some bushels moved. So to set the table for you here, we're going to take a 100,000 bushel producer. They have a 75% revenue protection policy, leaving them with about 75,000 bushels to market. And what we want to do is, let's just say we've got about 7 to 8 weeks here into that July 4th timeframe. And so we want to divide those bushels into weekly sales. Well, the math on that brings you to about 10,000 bushels a week that you would have budgeted if you wanted to be 100% sold into July 4th. And we understand that's likely not the case for most guys, but let's take a step back and consider if we sold 3,000 bushels a week, that would get you to about 30% sold into July 4th. If you were somebody that wanted to maybe be just a little bit more aggressive, you could sell 5,000 bushels a week, and that would bring you to about 50%. Now, keep in mind, you aren't using that whole 10,000 bushel budget. So what that allows you to do is be flexible, that if prices happen to improve in a given week, you have some additional bushels that you could sell and look at raising that average price. So back to that original question that we posed, the thing is how would you feel knowing that you're at least 30% sold on your grain by the 4th of July? How would you feel if you were 50% sold? That's kind of what you need to ask yourself, and then take a step back and decide how much of your budgeted bushels would you like to sell automatically during the week to help you get to that target, basically regardless on price. Keep in mind, what we're trying to do is get bushels moved so that we're not stuck, forced to make a decision perhaps when prices aren't as attractive or at a time that's not as favorable. On the flip side, by selling just a portion of our budgeted bushels, that leaves us the flexibility to continue to sell if prices get a little bit better. At the end of the day, it always comes down to what can you live with and what's your risk tolerance. What we really like about this is it's keeping it simple. We're putting down numbers and facts to help remove emotion, to make some good marketing decisions and good business decisions to keep this grain moving along. Like we said, consider how would you feel knowing that you're anywhere from 30 to 50%, maybe even more, of your grain marketed by the 4th of July. Ask yourself that question, figure out your answer, and make a plan and execute. If you need any help with that, please give me a call. This is what we do. We're more than happy to help you follow through, keep you emotionally neutral, and work with you on adjusting the plan throughout the year. As always, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We always enjoy making the content for you.